This is just to simply say we need to get outdoors to take care of ourselves. There is a place for us to just be observant and just be present in nature. There's always something out there for us to behold, and there's always something out there for us to have wonder. And that in itself is so healing and so reconnecting. Hello, all. I am Killian. This is Without Frame, and today we are going to talk about a topic near and dear to my heart, and that is self care as an environmentalist, activist, advocate. And so, before we get started, I do want to say that I am in Astoria, a small little coastal town at the very northwest tip of Oregon. And that is an important detail because, as you can see, there is a pier behind me. So there might be some noise feedback from both cars driving over a rickety old wooden pier. And there's also sea lions. So if you hear some weird noises in the background, it's probably them. All right, so first we're going to start off with some quotes from If Women Rose Rooted. I actually have a couple of lines highlighted throughout a couple pages, so it'll be kind of taken out of context, but it will make sense. So, without further ado, this is my second time reading this book, and as I was reading this portion, the idea for this video started to formulate, but later on I'll share another quote that I found on a hike that kind of solidified the direction that this was going to go. The truth is, she isn't proud at all. She's just a little confused about how she got here. She is not who she intended to be, not even remotely. Why did she think working for a tobacco company might be a better option? She didn't. But it was safe and it was easy, and she was frightened. It seems she has always been frightened. She is a success. Why then is her heart so hollow? And how can something so hollow be so heavy? She knows there is no sense in what she is doing, but at the moment she can't imagine a way out. Instead of following her own instincts, instead of discovering what it is that gives us joy, what makes our heart sing, we spend most of our lives trying to make other people happy, squeezing ourselves into their boxes, living from our head rather than our instinct for what is good and healthy. So I wanted to start the video off with that passage because I, in fact, am an environmentalist. I do a lot of environmental work, but it is not the job I get paid for. I do work in corporate America. I work in manufacturing. And for the past, especially 18 months in my line of work, I have felt so disconnected. Like I am in some desolate land outside of myself, and I can't seem to find a way out. I can't seem to find a way back to myself. I can't seem to find a way into the space that brings me fulfillment and belonging and purpose. And that had me thinking, what is it that brings me joy? What is it that brings me happiness? And that is being outdoors. There's a reason why I'm an environmentalist. I absolutely adore the natural world. I love it in all of its many shades and colors and textures and climates. And this is just to simply say we need to get outdoors to take care of ourselves. I know that seems kind of obvious, but in some regards, it can be a little counterintuitive when you're fighting the good fight, right? For a long time, I would go outdoors and I would see the world for how industrialized it is, and it would make me feel so helpless. And I have started to make a point to go outside at least once a week and hike. I try to aim for at least 3 miles. That's my sweet spot. Maybe you like bird watching, maybe you like biking, maybe you like kayaking. Anyway, I've been making it a point to get outdoors and to just be so present, to observe the world around me, to see the same locations in different seasons, go outdoors right before a storm and observe how everything calms down, or right after a nice rainfall and see what life comes out that I'm not used to. The worms, the slugs leaving behind small snail trails, right? I guess slugs don't leave behind snail trails, but they're little mucus trails. Seeing how vibrant everything gets after a rain, or seeing how resilient things are during a dry spell. To me, that has brought so much peace. And I think we need to remember that there is a place for us to just be observant and just be present in nature. and to learn from nature in that way, not to look around and wish that the Industrial Revolution never happened or try to formulate some kind of plan to, completely change the world to bring a solar punk book to life, right? It is really just being in and reconnecting with the nature that we're always fighting so hard to protect. So I'm going to also read you another quote because I was on a hike, a local hike near home, and I saw a passage etched into a rock. Let me just find that real quick. So this is called The Peace of Wild Things, and it's by Wendell, and it goes, "When despair for the world grows in me, and I wake in the night at the least sound, in fear of what my life and my children's lives may be, I go and lie down where the wood drake rests in his beauty on the water, and the great heron feeds. I come into the peace of wild things, who do not tax their lives with forethought of grief. I come into the presence of still water, and I feel above me the day-blind stars, waiting with their light. For a time I rest in the grace of the world, and I am free." I have been thinking about this video topic actually for quite some time, and when I saw that passage while I was hiking, it kind of solidified for me because it put so greatly into words what I was trying to formulate. And it is just that healthy, happy reminder that we do need to be in the natural world. We don't always need to be fighting against what is opposite of the natural world or fighting for it. There is so much to be appreciated to just get outdoors and be in the world in the way that you love and you enjoy, as a reminder that it is still here. It is resilient and we can be resilient. Go outdoors in the ways that you like. Go places that are local. Go places that aren't local and just see what's different and see what's the same and see just how the world bounces back in ways. Like this year, I feel like I have noticed that flowers are so much more abundant. And I don't know if it's because of the things going on in the world, taking away the ease of access to fuel that people use for their lawnmowers and that cities and states use for their lawnmowers, or if it's just that the earth is coming back and that it is noticing that some of us care. But I feel like I have seen flowers all over the place, and maybe that is just me being present as well. It's one of those happy reminders that there's always something out there for us to behold, and there's always something out there for us to have wonder. And that in itself is so healing and so reconnecting. So I am going to stop it there. Please comment down below what your favorite thing to do outdoors is and get outside today. Bye. Thanks.
Spacey, I've been lost inside a daydream.